So James, we wanted to shoot this vlog so people could get to know you and we could sort of get a baseline starting, sort of here's James Hefke vlog going. And then we're gonna follow up. So you're gonna keep doing the boot camp. We'll find out kind of what's alive for you in that moment. But in the meantime, what are some of the things that you think we should track like every time? What are we gonna be tracking for you?
Mindset, physically, how I start
weight?
changing.
What about mental health?
That too, yes, absolutely.
Have you noticed a difference so far in your mood?
Oh my gosh.
That's a yes?
I'm like, yes, yes.
So you're feeling happier?
Somewhat at peace. You know, it's happy, yes, moments there's of happiness, but I don't have that inner chaos going on right now. At this, if we're living in the moment right now, my mind is okay. You know, I'm at peace with myself. I'm okay at this specific present moment. I was like that when I woke up. I was like that all day yesterday. I was like all that, like that day, the day before. And I expect to be like that tomorrow.
So we'll be following up with you.
Absolutely.
Hey everyone, it's Susan Pierce Thompson and welcome to the weekly vlog. And James Hefke's in the house. Hey James,
Hey,
good
Susan.
to have you back.
It's great to be here.
Okay, so the very first time we shot a vlog with you, we've done two, this is the third.
Correct.
In the first one, you'd been doing Bright Line eating for 23 days.
23 days.
And you had at that point lost
26 pounds.
26 pounds.
Yep.
And today you've been doing Bright Line eating for 9 months. That's 246 days. And this morning you weighed yourself just to commemorate this vlog.
Yep.
And you've lost
131 pounds total.
Oh, it's so great. Dude, you look so different, I just gotta say. Do you feel amazing?
I feel like a totally different human being.
Yeah.
Like completely, totally different human being. I can't even imagine what it would be like to have 131 pounds back on my body.
So clothing sizes, you used to wear?
So for shirts, I was a 4XL.
Yeah.
And then for waist, I was a 54.
Okay, 54-inch waist.
54-inch waist.
And today your waist is?
38.
38 inches.
And this shirt is an extra large. People who don't come from big numbers really understand. I could only shop at the store called DXL, and it was where they sell clothes for people at really high numbers.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I hated it.
What was your top weight again?
372 pounds.
372 pounds. And you reached that weight at what age?
28.
28.
Yeah.
How old are you right now?
29.
29.
Yeah. So I had my birthday during COVID and during Bright Line eating.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And what did you do for that? Like, so
nothing.
No cake, right?
It literally hit right when COVID hit, March 14th. So it was like.
Well, you didn't do nothing. Like, what did you do?
Well,
legit, what did you do?
I went out to dinner with some friends.
You went out to dinner?
Yeah.
Did you have a blast?
We had a great time.
Did you miss the food that you didn't eat?
No.
At all?
At all.
Awesome.
Got a huge salad.
You're not just saying that.
No, I'm serious. I got a huge salad and it was great. And
yeah, I know you're not just saying that. I just
Yeah.
want people out there to know, like, we don't just make this stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
it literally, the problem gets removed.
Exactly.
It's just gone. It's just gone.
Exactly.
And so we just showed this clip of, like, the first interview.
Yeah.
And I asked you, what do you want us to track? And you said mindset, health, and mental health.
Correct.
All right. So what did you mean by mindset? Like tracking your mindset, how you were concerned about your mindset at the time because you were serious about Bright Line eating, but what were you afraid would happen to your mindset?
That it would lose its pizzazz with me. That I would
Right.
get bored with it. That
Right.
maybe the saboteur would start knocking on the door and want to take control again, and me go back to my old way of eating. And because that happened with every single other diet that I did in the past.
Yeah. That you'd start white knuckling it.
Exactly.
That it'd be hard.
Exactly.
That you'd be grinding it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how's your mindset?
Bright Line eating feels like a part of my life. Like it truly does. My routine. Like I tell people that I talk to in Bright Line eating that if I tried to eat right now without weighing my food, it would feel so strange to me. Like if I did that on a consecutive basis.
Yeah.
If I
Is
didn't-
that because you're obsessive and fanatic and because you're like clutching to this, you're obsessive and you've
No.
switched addictions? Do you get that sometimes? People think
100%.
you've switched addictions?
100%.
Does it feel like you're addicted to anything right now?
No, it literally feels like this is just what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
That this is the way that I eat, that it works for me, that the meals fill me up. Everything, It just flows so well with me. Like I don't have to put any effort into it.
Yeah.
I don't have to put any thought process into it. Like, I don't want to weigh my meals right now, or I don't want to eat my 14 ounces of vegetables for dinner.
So is it fair to say you're thinking about your life now instead of your food?
Exactly.
Like the food isn't really a thing anymore?
To me, when I first started Bright Line Eating and I heard about people that happened to, I thought that was impossible. That couldn't happen to me because my mind was consumed by food. That's all I thought about all day long was what's the next fix I'm going to give myself? Where am I going to go? All of that.
And just to be clear, what were your food fixes? Like, what are we talking about?
Fast food.
Fast food.
Fast food.
Drive-thrus?
Yes. And
multiple times a day?
Multiple times a day.
Big, like multiple things?
Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell at night.
Okay.
Every time.
And now, can you even imagine eating that food?
No. I literally couldn't imagine it. Like if...
Could your stomach even handle the quantities that you used to eat?
Not at all. I was probably eating around 6,000 calories a day, 5,000 calories a day. Just, that's ballpark.
Rough numbers, yeah.
Right. And it wouldn't really even fill me up. Like it wouldn't satisfy me in the way that I was looking for it to satisfy me. It would fill me up to where I felt uncomfortably godly full, but immediately right after that, I would start thinking about what's my next meal that I'm going to have.
The brain and the elbow would the
Exactly.
elbow would need more bending, the brain would
Exactly.
need more fixing, and it wasn't fixed yet, like half an hour later. I used to binge the same way. I never got up to anywhere near numbers you did. I was barely obese, not morbidly obese,
Yep.
but I experienced the same thing, where for me it was baked goods that weren't baked yet. So brownie batter that wasn't cooked yet, cookie dough batter that wasn't baked yet. I'd never even preheated the oven. But anyway, I would eat these things massive quantities, and my stomach would be about to burst, so I had to stop eating. Physiologically had to
Right.
stop. There was no more room. I did
Right.
once rupture my stomach lining.
Wow.
But then I would just lie on the couch I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then I would just wait 30 minutes till I could take more bites.
That-
But there was never a feeling of being done, of feeling satisfied. Do you relate to that?
100%.
Okay, so mindset checked. It's easy now. You're not white knuckling it. It's settled, right?
Literally.
Okay, health. So you had which health conditions when you started Bright Line Eating at the age of 28? Can I just say, at the age of 28, you already had what?
Severe sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea. How is it now?
Gone.
Entirely gone?
I haven't gotten a study done, but I can sleep throughout the night without my CPAP, and I feel rested and totally fine the next morning.
What else?
Severe acid reflux.
Ooh, were you
Like-
on medication for that?
I was on medication for that, and I even thought that I had to get my tonsils removed because they kept getting inflamed.
Uh-huh.
And when I went to the otolaryngologist, he told me it was acid reflux that was
Okay.
making them swell.
All right. And are you on medication anymore? How's
No,
the acid
gone.
reflux?
Gone.
Medication gone. Acid reflux gone.
Yep.
What else?
IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Gone.
Gone. Were you on medication for that?
Yep.
Medication gone.
Everything gone.
IBS gone. What else?
A severe case of plantar fasciitis in my left foot.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ow. And that would impact you how?
Walking.
Just
Everything.
walking?
Yeah. It just
Right.
if
Walking, moving.
Right.
Existing.
Exactly.
Problem gone.
Gone. Completely gone.
Okay. So health. Check. How about mental health? So you've had a lot of mental health challenges, and we were postulating, I think, in one of the earlier vlogs, which came first, the chicken or the egg? It's hard to say whether you started medicating yourself with food and, oh, by the way, alcohol and drugs to handle the mental health stuff, right? Or whichever way, right? But so you've been diagnosed with a bunch of things.
Correct.
Anxiety, depression, bipolar 2,
Yep.
and
OCD.
OCD. Okay. You're on meds for all those things?
Correct. Yes.
Same dose as before?
No. A little
Okay.
bit less.
Okay. Less?
It was very strange to me that started happening. That the cases of bipolar episodes have dramatically changed.
Yeah. You used to be sort of a roller coaster,
Oh
and
my
now you're
gosh.
steady?
I had one in July. I had a bipolar episode. That was the first one since last November.
Really? So
Yes.
one, and you had a lot going on in July. We were talking about this in my
Correct.
kitchen, right?
Correct.
A lot.
Yes.
Just saying, a lot. And one episode in 6 months or 7 months, as opposed to in the past, it would have been
Every month.
a constant roller coaster. all
Constant
the
roller
time.
coaster, never
Up,
ending.
down, up, down, up,
Never
down.
ending.
Nightmare. And I just shot a vlog. Like, I had a bipolar episode as well, last month. And it was also like a bunch of legit things, like a bunch of stressors. And, oh, by the way, there's this COVID backdrop that we're all dealing with, right? And yet you pulled yourself out of it. It was less severe than before.
It wasn't even close to how severe it used to get. Because I remember a year ago right now is when my life was the absolute worst that it had ever been.
Yeah.
Where I was in a severe bipolar episode. And that
a year ago right now, isn't that when you were suicidal?
Exactly.
Back then, right?
Exactly.
Just wanted out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it anymore. That's when I was medicating with food, drugs, and alcohol.
Yeah. And so you got clean and sober at that time,
correct.
Right? Still clean and sober?
Yep.
Is that a year now?
Almost.
Almost a year?
August 28th.
August 28th.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Now, you've started exercising as well, which do you think that's helping your mental health as well?
Absolutely.
Now, you in my kitchen said, I don't know if you want to talk about exercise, Susan, which I think actually, just saying, I need to talk about it, right?
Yep.
Because I don't know if I've ever shot a vlog on exercise, maybe one.
Yep.
Out of like 250 vlogs, just goes to show you how much I downplay the exercise thing around here. But you heard the nuanced message from Susan Pierce Thompson around exercise. What did you hear that let you know that it's cool to start exercising and you should?
Yes.
What did you hear?
When you get to a point where your food becomes completely automatic and that you don't have to dedicate any of your willpower to your food decisions and all of that, then exercise is okay. Then
That's
you can
right.
dedicate your willpower to the exercise.
That's right. And you were absolutely spot on with your food for how long before that happened for you?
3 months.
3 months.
Yep.
And then you started exercising.
Correct.
Love it. And then there's one other thing I just want to add in there. So long as you're not trying to transition to maintenance at the same time, but
Right.
you're not at maintenance, right?
No.
How long do you think till you're at maintenance? Do you have any sense?
I think, I've thought about this, I think I'll probably hit maintenance right at a year of doing Bright Line Eating.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
In December. So I have about 45, 50 more pounds to go.
45, 50 more pounds to, you think you're going to lose 180 pounds in a year?
I think so.
I've seen it before.
I really think so.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
And just saying, if you're mad at James, he's young and he's male. They get a faster trajectory. If we could make him pregnant, he would lose weight even faster, but that's not happening. Okay. So what are you doing for exercise?
2 things. Cycling, a lot of it, and hiking.
With an actual bicycle or like inside a house?
Actual bicycle.
Actual bicycle outdoors in the actual
Yep.
big bad world. I love that. So you're getting like fresh air as
Exactly.
well. Nature, sunshine,
Exactly.
wind in your face.
We live right next
Yeah.
to the Erie Canal. It's literally a, I don't know, quarter-mile ride from my house to where I can jump onto the
It is
canal.
for me too. I should
Yeah.
totally be biking on the Erie Canal. Amazing.
I wrote from
Incredible.
Spend Support to the city the other day.
So, what?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
35
you did not.
miles.
35 miles. Okay, that's a fist bump for that, dude. Okay, make it to Pittsford, and I got 2 fist bumps for you. Okay,
talking
so
a month.
cycling and what else?
Hiking.
Hiking. Where are you hiking?
Mendon Ponds.
You should come over, dude. We should go for a hike.
I would
This
love
is
that.
Powder Mills Park.
I would
but-
absolutely love that.
Okay, we're on. Your Bright Line Eating journey has not been entirely crystal vase intact.
Correct.
You don't consider yourself a crystal vaser.
Not anymore.
Okay, so what happened? You had one break, right?
I did.
And when was this?
It's about 3 weeks ago.
That recently?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
So I had a pretty rough month of July.
Yeah, you were saying.
Right.
Okay, July was rough.
Yeah.
One mental health episode.
Exactly.
So what happened with your food?
That I used it to cope.
Okay, so did you plan it? Like you're like,
In a way.
I'm going to go out and I'm really going to eat.
In a way, it was, I had a cottage weekend with friends, and there was NMF like you cannot imagine there.
Yeah.
And
you were cooped up
Exactly.
with it? Had you planned to break before, like, had you, like, done anything leading up to the cottage weekend that kind of weakened your program or left the door open that you might eat?
I wasn't as active with my mastermind people as I had been leading up to that moment. I started getting a little cocky, thinking that I've had this for
Okay.
so long that
So overconfidence.
100%.
The overconfidence bias
Yeah.
started to kick in for you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little surprised.
and I was too.
and you dropped off on your support, but
Yep.
that makes sense. Isolation, given the hard time you were going through, right? Like you get tired talking about the hard time,
Exactly.
right? So at
Exactly.
that point, it still wasn't about eating.
No.
It was just you were isolating a little.
Exactly.
So your isolator came in, your isolator part. Are you
Yep.
doing any parts work, James?
Not right now. I want to get into it.
Okay, you're working your 12 steps.
Yes.
Okay. So that's good, as long as you're always in some form of doing the inner work.
Right.
So finish your steps,
Yep.
then we'll get you on the parts work. So your isolator part comes in, the NMF is in the house, you're cooped up with people who don't do bright line eating for how long?
5 days.
Okay, yeah.
I know it was. I know. I know.
So day one, you're okay.
Yep.
You're weighing your food. You got all your food with you.
Yep.
Day two, you got all your food with you.
But the chatter started.
But the chatter started.
Yep.
Day three.
I broke a little bit.
Okay, a little. So it's a slippery slope.
Just exactly.
Okay. Do you remember what the first thing was? What was the first thing?
The first thing was a cookie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
I know. It was. I know.
And then it's like, well, so
I know.
was it the what the hell effect and full effect at that point?
No.
Okay, that's a good phrase.
Yes.
The what the hell effect
That
and
is
full
a good
effect.
phrase. I like that.
Okay.
No, it was. I think I had 3 cookies.
Okay.
Wait, no. Actually, the first thing I had, I forgot about this, were breath mints.
Oh, yes.
I
So this
had
is why
a
I tell
sleeve-
people don't do the artificial sweetener in those
Right.
breath mints. The breath mints, the gum,
Yep.
it'll be the undoing of you. So had you been doing any breath mints before then?
No.
Okay.
So we all went to.
See, there's a reason I say this stuff. I'm serious.
We all went to the grocery store to pick up food for the week. I got my Bright Line eating food, but we're sitting at the checkout, and the chatter had already started happening.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm around everything.
And then the saboteur says, you don't want them to smell your breath, dude. You got to have a little breath mint.
Exactly. And we're right at the checkout, and there's the
There they are.
there's the package right there, and I just grab it. I'm like, this will be fine.
Totally.
This will be fine.
All right, so we don't need to hear that. I mean,
Yeah.
how big was the binge? Or was it a binge?
It wasn't terrible. It was. I didn't binge where I was eating a lot at one time. It was I let a couple of days of. I had a sandwich.
Sloppiness.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay,
you know,
let's
stuff like
get
that.
past this.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're back
Yep.
from the thing, and what
Correct.
do? What happened?
It was harder than I expected, to
Yeah.
be completely honest. Because I was telling myself during the time that I was eating that food that I'll be able to jump on easy, you know,
Yeah.
like that I'll go right back to my old mindset right away.
Right.
And that's where I truly understood about the crystal vase theory.
Yeah.
You know?
And here, for those who don't know, I was going to shoot a vlog on this, but I might as well just say it now. The crystal vase theory is basically, as long as your crystal vase is intact, your brain operates like magnets that won't go together. Like as you could even think about eating that food, but you just can't. It repels, it repels, it repels. You need a huge confluence of factors, one after the other, after the other, to actually pick up the first bite. Once you pick up the first bite, you shatter the crystal vase. It's like the magnets have flipped around, and now, no matter what you do, you have a hard time not picking up the first bite.
Right.
So did you find that you came home
Yep.
and then you kept eating a little bit, like you found it hard, or?
No.
It was mentally.
Mentally, exactly.
You didn't get your peace back.
It was white knuckling it.
Yeah.
For a couple of days.
Back to the mindset piece.
Exactly.
Your mindset was shattered.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it has come back.
Okay.
It has come back.
Yeah.
It's not as fully automatic as it used to be because I don't think you could have gotten any more automatic than it for me
Yeah.
as it did.
Yeah.
But I'm not thinking about, oh, it's okay to have a snack or it's
Yeah.
okay to do this, it's okay to do that. That has gone away.
Where are you in your steps?
I'm on step 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get through those steps,
Yeah.
honestly, because we need to get you doing some parts work.
Yeah.
Because it's really like starting to understand the language of your food indulger
Yeah.
parts and the way they talk to you. That's going to be what's really going to help you rebuild what I'm calling now a diamond face, which is basically it's not breakable. It's just not breakable.
I like that.
It's sort of like I'm really in this for the life. It's what I have.
Yeah.
I mean, after what am I? 10,000 breaks later.
Yeah.
And also many years of consecutive bright lines. I have had both, right? And at this point, I don't have the fear that I used to have around breaking because it's like, well, I know how to get back on.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to go there because it's hard. It's hard to get back the peace and the automaticity.
But here's the thing with that though. It is hard. But I feel like I'm the diamond face as well. That I won't go back to that old lifestyle. I will not. I will not let that be a consecutive process ever.
Can I stop you right there, James?
Sure.
Because when you say that, I hear steel,
Yeah.
like going down your spine.
Yeah.
That sort of certainty, if I could bottle that and give it to people, I would. If I had a magic wand and I could give people who need and think they want bright line eating one gift, it would be that. The identity piece is so strong in you.
Susan, people ask me all the time, how do you stay so consistent? Those wounds from when my food addiction was at its worst, they're still open. You know, I don't forget that stuff. I don't forget the not being able to fit in chairs and hating what I looked like in the mirror and wanting to not stop at a fast food restaurant, but I always did.
Yeah.
I don't forget about that stuff. You know, I'd rather die than go back there. So that's why I know that I'm never going to go back there fully, 100%. I know that.
Yeah.
In my soul, to my core.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And if I have to white knuckle it for a couple of days and eat my 3 meals, even if maybe I don't want to and I want a snack, but I'm not going to, I won't.
Yeah. And you get a lot of support, right? Like
A lot of support.
I often say you can't fall off the middle of the wagon, right? You
Yeah.
only fall off the edge of the wagon. You've put yourself in the middle of the wagon. Share with people some of the things you've done to keep your program so strong.
So I might have a little bit too much support. But
We talked about that.
Yeah.
I was hiking right down there. Right down there, I was hiking near my house, and we were talking on the phone, and
Yeah.
you were like, I think I'm talking to too many people on the phone. And I was like, yeah, you need to set some boundaries, James. Let me tell you about that. So, so you started some Zoom calls
Oh, yes.
or meetings,
Yeah.
Zoom meetings.
Yep.
And people can find out about them where?
On the Bright Line Eating official Facebook page.
Bright Line Eating official Facebook group,
Yeah,
right?
group.
It's a group.
Yep.
They can join that for fun and for free.
For free,
Anybody
yeah.
can. You don't have to be in any Bright Line Eating
Nothing.
program. You can just get in there.
Yep.
And there's Zoom meetings that you lead.
I host, yeah.
You host.
Yeah.
And how do they go? There's topics. There's what?
So I always start off as the introduction is my story. So let them know, like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you're refreshing yourself,
Exactly.
reminding yourself where you come from.
yep. And showing anybody who's brand new that might have just joined the page, like, hey, okay, I want to see what Bright Line Eating's about. that
Yep.
There can be success.
And you're in a lot of mastermind groups, aren't you?
Yes.
Like how many?
3.
3.
Yes,
Okay.
that
You
are
feel
very
that's
active.
A little excessive?
Very active.
I have one, just
Yeah.
so everyone knows. If you're in one, you don't need to get in any more.
Yeah.
And you make phone calls and stay connected. And you have an Instagram page.
I do.
People can find you on Instagram. How?
James Hefke _Biely.
I know that there's some things that people who haven't started Bright Line Eating get concerned about, right? That if they give up sugar and flour, they'll have a lot of cravings and it'll be hard, right? They'll be white knuckling it. They'll feel like they're missing out.
Yep.
How's your level of cravings right now?
Really none.
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 And just saying, research shows from the boot camp that by the time someone gets through the boot camp, on average, there are little to no cravings.
That's
that's
exactly what
across
happened to me.
everybody.
Yep.
Little to no cravings. How's your hunger level? Like you're a big man still, right? You're on the Bright Line Eating
Yeah.
weight loss food plan.
Yeah.
Which isn't that different for like a man your size or a woman my size.
Correct.
And how hungry are you?
I rarely get hungry throughout the day.
Ever?
Right before I have my meals. Like my body is so accustomed to the time that I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the 3 meals, that it digests the food to the point where right before the meal I get a little hungry, and then I know the meal's right there and I'm fine.
So a little on a survey, you would tick very little hunger,
Very
if,
little
if
hunger.
any,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And just saying, on average, by the time the boot camp is over, people report little to no hunger ever. Like just like you, either very little or none. That's like average.
And with hunger, something I found out is that there is a big difference between actual physical hunger and emotional hunger.
Totally. Have you learned the difference?
Oh yes, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Nice.
That if stuff is going on with me mentally, if I'm not in the right place, if I'm overthinking something, or if I'm living in the past or the future, I'm more hungry.
Nice. And you now have a voice that says, this isn't real hunger.
Exactly.
I got something emotional going on.
Exactly.
And then what do you do?
I cope with it properly. I reach out to my people.
You make a phone call.
Exactly.
Basically. You make a
Exactly.
phone call. That's
Right.
what I do too.
Exactly.
Do you have any other non-extrovert related coping skills? What else would you do that doesn't involve talking to someone?
Deep breathing.
Deep breathing.
Yes.
Nice. Research shows that helps.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you. It playing with my dog. Like
Nice. Yeah.
silly
Beautiful.
stuff that truly does work.
Okay. peace and serenity with food. Now,
Yep.
because this is something that people are concerned about, they think, and we hear this from people who are trained in the eating disorder world as well, that when you give up whole categories of foods, and I just will say briefly, sugar and flour are not categories of foods, they're industrial processed products. But when you give up whole categories of food, you crave them more and you're not peaceful. You're obsessed with the foods that you're not eating anymore. How is your peace and serenity with food?
It's something I didn't think could happen. I really believe that.
Is it like really high now?
Oh my gosh, it's like when I love my process of I probably eat a salad 5 days a week for dinner, a big one, you know,
Yeah,
and
me too.
right, and it's just a
Massive.
huge salad,
Massive salad.
and I love the process of chopping up the vegetables, putting it all together, making
Yeah.
it look nice.
Totally. Me
And,
too.
and there's times where I look at that and I have a feeling of sense of respect, you know, that I'm doing something that
Totally.
is just, it's good for you, James. Like
Yeah.
this is getting you to a place where you've always wanted to be.
Mad respect. And I feel the same way about my dinner salad, by the way. And for anyone who hasn't figured out how to automate their dinner, you want your dinner as automated as your breakfast,
Yes.
right? Like a lot of people in Bright Line Eating eat the same thing for breakfast.
Yeah.
Do that for dinner,
Yeah.
and then your dinner issues will go away. So just saying, almost everyone at the end of the boot camp reports that their peace and serenity with food has increased, not decreased or stayed the same since they started Bright Line Eating. Has your peace and serenity with food increased since you started Bright Line Eating?
It's at a place where I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, so much
yes,
that you can't even language
It's
it. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. How about your confidence that you'll reach your goals with Bright Line Eating? Is that really high, like extremely high?
I've never been more confident of anything in my entire life.
Yeah, beautiful. So those are the main things that I always like to highlight from our research program. Are you in our research study, in the follow-up research program?
I don't think so. No.
Dude, you're killing me. Okay, so this is good. So everybody who's out there who's done the Bright Line Eating Boot Camp and isn't in our follow-up research program, okay, so you go to the website, support.brightlineeating.com, and you say, hi, I'm James Hefke. I did the boot camp. I'm not in the follow-up research program. How do I get added? Can you please add me? Will you do that?
I will do that later tonight.
Promise?
Promise.
Pinky swear?
Yes.
Hope to die?
Yes.
Okay, with a non-maraschino, actually whole food cherry on top?
Which is
right.
my favorite breakfast fruit. Cherries.
Really?
My favorite breakfast fruit. Frozen cherries. Thawed, best.
Sweet.
Yep.
Good tip.
Yep.
All right, so you want to do this thing with your clothes. You have the clothes that you wore for the very first interview,
I do.
and you've lost 130 pounds since then? Or no, so 104 pounds since then, 130 pounds total.
Yeah.
Do you want to go get those clothes on for us and see what they look like on you now?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so these are the clothes you wore
Yeah.
the first interview. These pants. That's redonkulous. Okay, give me these pants. Give me these pants. Okay.
I think I've lost Susan Pierce Thompson.
You've lost 130 pounds?
Yeah.
I weigh 117 pounds.
So I've lost more than Susan Pierce Thompson.
Okay, let me see that jacket on you. That is the jacket you were
This
wearing.
is the jacket for the first interview.
Let's see that puppy. Boom. Look at that. Dude. Woo woo.
Doesn't make
It's
sense.
like a curtain now.
Yeah.
And these clothes did you really well. These were nice clothes.
Yeah. I wore the jacket in a wedding, and the pants I wore I think 6 months straight because they're the only ones that fit, and I was too embarrassed to go to the store to buy more.
Yeah, there's a whole
Yeah, literally.
wore out because they're good pants. Good jeans. They're like soft and nice. Yeah. I was talking to someone who comes from really, really big numbers, and she talked about a process where she like made friends with a fat version of herself.
Yeah.
Like did some healing work because she found that to have a healthy identity now,
Yeah.
she didn't want to like berate or degrade
Right.
her, like the person that she was, who was a really, really sweet, kind, good person who had grown in all kinds of ways, really wanted to advocate for herself and say, hey,
life was really hard for me, and I don't want you to like think so badly of me now. I want you to give me the respect that I deserve because life was hard and I did great. Does that resonate with you?
So much. I really wish, there's sometimes I think about it, that I can go back and give that James a hug.
Yeah,
And just tell him, man,
totally.
it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
You know, everything's going to change. You don't have to suffer anymore.
yeah,
You actually live your life.
yeah.
Because that James, he was a hurt person. He was a really hurt person. And I've needed this time to heal and to get better and to figure out who I am and what's important to me and where I want to go.
Yeah, come have a seat because I want to talk to you a little bit about that because you said something. You said something about that, James. You watched an interview that I did with Emily August,
Yeah.
who also came from big numbers
Yep.
and extreme addiction like you and I do, right?
Yep.
And you learned something from her interview, or there was a takeaway, I should say, from her interview. Do you want to speak to that for a second?
I had to give myself time to heal. That my food addiction controlled my life.
Yeah.
It influenced every decision I made. It was all I have thought about everything. So I needed to give myself the time to be able to truly just focus on the recovery of my food addiction and get a foundation set so that when life happens, I'm not just going to crash and burn.
Because right at the time of one of the earlier vlogs that we shot together, you quit your job,
Exactly,
right? You
yeah.
quit your job. And so have you not been working during
That's
this time?
correct. That's correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And are you about to work or what are you doing now?
I'm actually going to go back to school for nursing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And when does that start?
In like 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Another fist bump, dude. You're starting a whole new life. You're building a new career.
Yeah.
I love it.
So many people ask me, James, how are you successful? And I just feel like I found the key to my lock for food sobriety. That with the mixture of the science,
Yeah.
the community, and my personal surrender and acceptance of my food addiction and realizing that I can't eat NMF anymore or
Yeah.
it's going to keep getting worse,
Yeah.
that thank you, Bright Line Eating, it came into the perfect moment of my life.
Yeah. And when people say, you said that people ask you this all the time, like,
Yeah.
are you going to do this bright line eating thing forever?
Yeah.
What do you say?
So I tell them I have no idea. Yeah. I tell them that I know that today I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Pretty confident tomorrow, week from now, most likely. But 6 months ago, did we know that we would have to wear a mask to walk into a grocery store? No. So we have no idea what the future holds at all.
That's right. That's right. And you can eat that stuff next week, next month, next year.
Right.
What matters is you're not eating it today.
Exactly.
And that doesn't feel like some like disingenuous ninja mind trick that actually settles you down, like when you just think, no, I just have to do this today.
It really does. It just, because I had to come to that acceptance that all I have control of is today, or is the action right in front of me. Because with my mental illness, I love being in the past, and I love fearing the future. And if I can center myself for today, I'm okay. Bright Line Eating, it's given me something that I didn't think was possible. I really didn't think that this was possible. I remember in my first interview where I told you I almost accepted that I was going to be another statistic for the obesity epidemic in
Yeah.
the United States.
And you were headed that way.
Oh,
Like that
100%.
was not a theory for you.
No.
That was looking more and more like possible fact, like
Yeah.
one of the truest things in your reality.
Absolutely. And now I look forward to life. I look forward to waking up and being able to do different things that I couldn't do in the past. You know, my bike riding, my walking to go to the bathroom, like it all
Going to
hurt.
the bathroom must be so different. Can I just say? It must be so different.
One of the biggest differences. And if you're coming from really big numbers, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Totally. Enough
You know
said,
exactly.
but I'm totally getting you.
Bright Line Eating even gave me love. You know, I found a
Wait, what?
yeah, love.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a girl.
A girl?
Yeah.
Are you dating someone, James Hefke?
I am, yeah. We're not gonna say the name, but
Okay.
a lady friend.
But we're looking at you, Miss whoever you are. Okay. A lady friend, yes.
She messaged me a couple months back and wanted to pick my brain about bright line eating. And
So she saw a vlog.
Correct.
You met your girlfriend through the vlog.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. And
she just started picking my brain, and one thing led to another, and now next week.
did she live around here?
No.
Okay. Long
Yeah.
distance love.
Yeah.
But you're in touch every day?
Every
Feeling
day.
in love?
Yeah.
That's super sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
And I see her next week, so I'm really excited.
For the first time?
For the first time.
No way.
In person. We FaceTime all the time, every day, but it's going to be the first time in person, and
All right, whoever you are, Missy, we're all rooting for you. So we're all just cheering. That's really, really sweet. James Hefke found love through the Bright Line Eating vlog, and just saying a little bit more than that as well. James, anything that you want to say at the end here?
I just want to thank Bright Line Eating, truly thank Bright Line Eating. You know, a year ago right now, my life was hell. It was complete and utter hell. I hated waking up. I hated everything. You know, I wanted out of everything, and I didn't have an answer. And then a cascade of events happened to where I found a 12-step fellowship program where I met you, and it was the perfect time where I was in the right mindset to really be able to. You can do this, James.
Yeah.
You can do this. It's time to change. It's time to have that shift of identity within yourself.
Yeah.
And it came at literally the perfect time. And it still doesn't even make sense to me what has happened so far, the shift that's happened within me.
Yeah.
You know,
You're a different man.
different person.
Yeah.
I didn't think it
And
was
not
possible.
just because of the weight. I just want people to get that. It's not the weight. It's different in every way. Like believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Believing in your future, having hope again.
Yeah. Yeah.
James, we love you so much.
Thank you. And I love Bright Line Eating, man. That's why I'm so connected with people. That's why I
You are swabbing the decks of the mothership.
Yeah.
You are, refilling the toilet paper rolls. You are chopping vegetables so we can all eat dinner. You are on the mothership making sure it happens. I see you doing it. We need more James Hefkes on the mothership, just saying.
somebody let their hand out to me, which was you, when I needed it, and showed me the way. And it's my duty to do the same exact thing. That's how this stuff works.
That's right.
So the next person does it for the next
That's
person.
right. And I'm still doing it. I get up at 5:10 in the morning these days, and I take 3 calls in my morning, one at 6 a.m., one at 6:15 a.m., and one at 8:10 a.m., and I talk to those ladies for 15 minutes every morning, 7 days a week, because I pass on what was so freely given to me. It's what we do around here.
Exactly.
I love you, James.
I love you too.
We'll have you back again.
Absolutely.
Probably after you've transitioned to maintenance.
Yep.
I can't wait to see you then. I love you, my friend.
I love you too.
Well done.